It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. Walking to the train station on a Monday. Yesterday was my first show at KSCU in 7 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. It was March 7 and then it was April 18. That's 6 weeks. So, the station's in a new place now. It's in the basement of Benson. I want to have the theme song of my show be the theme from Benson because it's a joke that only I get. I was talking to Faco one day about a year ago because the station meetings are also in Benson. They've always been in Benson. And I made reference to the show, and Faco says, "Oh, these guys aren't old enough to know that." I was like, "But it's funny, man." So, yeah. One of the problems with the new station is that now that it's in this other building, we can only be on the air from 7 to 1 or 7 to 2 on the weekend. And Thursday morning, on my way to the train station, I'd always listen to Faco, speaking of which, because he's on from 6 to noon, and I was on from 7 to noon. And there's a few other people that were on overnight that are now on during the day. He actually kind of crowds the schedule a little bit. But at the same time, it does force everyone to earn their keep, so I guess there's something to be said for that. After that, I went to Cosentino's, and I said to myself, "Self, try not to go apeshit. You're loaded down with groceries. You just came home from your grandparents' house. You got a refrigerator full of crap. Don't go nuts." And then they had a sale on Fiber One, the blueberry toaster pastries. So they're basically blueberry Pop-Tarts with fiber in them. And a box of 6 were $1. So there went that. I bought all 17 that I could find. And I now own 100 toaster pastries. Not 102, because I already ate 2 of them. They taste okay. But for that price, they taste great. I've got a box of 6 in the bag right now. That's probably why I'm huffing and puffing. It's all that extra weight. I don't know if it was the toaster pastries or something else, but man, I had fiber working for me last night. I tell you, my girlfriend also made roasted vegetables, and I ate a bunch of those. And she made couscous, and I ate a bunch of those. There's just all kinds of things going through. So, definitely one of those evenings where you tell people about it, and people go, "Oh, TMI, TMI." There's no such thing as TMI. There's TMZ, no TMI. So, I could have watched the Sharks game against the Avalanche, or I could have watched new cartoons on Fox. And I said, I'm going to watch new cartoons on Fox. And at the commercials, I'd switch over. It was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. They're going to overtime. Alright. That means they're in intermission again. Switch over. Game's over. What? Apparently Dan Boyle did his Patrick Rissmiller in imitation or impression. I don't know. I haven't seen the play. I'm not in any hurry to. It's going to be everywhere. I'll watch it then. I probably wish I could have seen the game, because now the Sharks are only 2 games away from elimination, and if I only watched half of one playoff game this year, I'd be a little upset. But it's not their fault. It's their fault they didn't score. Craig Anderson, who was so good, he was a backup goalie in Florida. That's how good he was. Stops 51 shots or some shit. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But yeah, maybe the West isn't very good at hockey this year. I don't know. But I went on to Facebook and I looked to sort by news feed instead of or most recent, not top news. And the last 15 posts on most recent were about the Sharks. Tells you a lot about the kinds of friends I have. They weren't very flattering either, mind you. People aren't very happy right now. But the good news is they lose game 4 and 5, they won't have to worry about seeing them again, because they won't be back for game 6 at the tank, because they'll have already been eliminated. So they got to win at least one more game so they can get booed when they come back. Because the thing is, all 3 of these games could have gone either way. But a lot, even, Sharks fans who are relatively educated, I mean, they know not to lean forward, but they still don't know a lot about hockey. they just, you get a feeling of self-righteousness when you support a local team that's an exotic sport like hockey. So when crazy shit happens, you don't know how to react, so you look at the guy next to you. So you get enough people booing, everybody boos. That's how it works in any crowd, really, any sport. But San Jose doesn't know how to get over that stuff at sporting events, because we don't have a sports station, we don't have any sports teams besides the Earthquakes. So there you go. Hello, kitty. So yeah, interesting day for local sports fans, for sure. And we didn't even get the joy of the 20-inning game between the Mets and the Cardinals. That was the day before. The Mets-Cardinals, the last game of that series was on ESPN last night, and that was kind of the ugly stepsister. I didn't even think about watching it. There's just too much else going on. But hopefully that game was exciting. I don't even know what happened. Just that Wainwright was a big favorite. So that's the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email Joel at joelshitshow.com.